Germany, 1933. A man named Adolf Hitler rises into power, calling himself Führer, the supreme leader of Germany. He was part of the National German Workers' Society, a political party. Their members were known as Nazis. Hitler believed that it was the Jewish people's fault that Germany had lost World War I. He believed that the only true Germans were those of an Aryan race, a race where everyone has blonde hair and blue eyes. That also meant those who didn't fit the description were of the Aryan race. And in 1942, those in Europe who served as a threat to Germany were sent to concentration camps in Poland. More than 11 million people died as a result of the Holocaust. But this is a story of those who used music in the Holocaust. This is how the Holocaust victims encountered fellow musicians and exchanged music for hope while exploring their options of survival. The Jews were first sent to ghettos, quarantine areas with terrible conditions to protect the pure. The Jews used their artistic abilities to survive in the ghettos, which was the first step of the Nazi routine to separate and kill Europe's Jews. One of the many ways the Jews survived in the ghettos was through music. The songs that were usually played or sung were street songs, a genre of music in the ghettos. An example of these songs is Our Springtime, written by Mordecai Gerberzik. While he was in a Krakow ghetto, the song reflects on the bleakness and despair of the ghettos, which helped others accept their condition. These songs generally focused on four themes: hunger, evil administration, hope, and calling for revolt. These songs were necessary to preserve traditional songs in ghetto life, as well as creating a diversion from reality. All in all, the people in the ghettos explored different genres of entertainment for therapy, to forget their hardships and to find comfort. Another genre of songs were of the partisans or resistance fighters range. The song's purpose was to be used for the partisans to be motivated to fight, and the most famous amongst all the partisan songs was the song Sag nicht keinmal als du gehst dem Westen weg. Inspired by the news of the Warsaw Uprising, the Vilna poet Hirsch Gilk wrote the song to support Vilna's fighters. It convinced many Jews to keep fighting for survival, so many Jews met one another to try to survive the horrors of the Holocaust. But for physical survival, anybody who could play music or sing began to beg on the streets for food and supplies. Those who still had a hefty amount of money gave alms, enough to buy a meager portion of bread. It was either entertainment or death. A notable example of an encounter and exchange gone right in the ghettos was between pianist Vladislav Spielmann and Captain Wilhelm Hosenfield. Spielmann was born on December 5, 1911, in Sosnowiec, one of the four children in his Polish-Jewish family. He was raised as a talented pianist. However, he and his entire family were sent to Warsaw ghettos when Hitler came to power. So he played piano in the ghettos, for food and for his family. But that ended when it came time for deportation. He was rescued by a family friend, but the rest of the family was sadly deported. After the deportation, Vladislav Spielmann found places to hide in Warsaw and survived to help his friends from Polish radio, the radio he worked for by playing piano prior to the ghetto. Around 30 Poles helped him, while 600 supported him, such as Witold Zlotowski and Eugenia Olmska, a popular violinist, collected money to save Spielmann by giving out concerts. Spielmann's son, Andrzej Spielmann, recalls his father's story in an interview by saying, "All of these people were united by one thing: music." These multiple encounters of fellow musicians and exchanges of music and survival helped Spielmann live another day. Yet the most significant encounter that saved his life was between him and German officer, Captain Wilhelm Hosenfield. Hosenfield was a Nazi since 1935, but Hosenfield became disappointed as time went on with his party and their beliefs, especially when he saw how the Jews were being treated. He was ashamed of what his fellow soldiers were doing, so he offered help to those occupied in Poland. Spielmann was discovered by Hosenfield in 1944 and was surprised he wasn't killed and instead asked to play Frederick Chopin's Nocturne in C-sharp minor. It was the exchange of Spielmann's music to Hosenfield for comfort that caused Hosenfield to find a better shelter and better food for Spielmann. The final step for the extermination of all Jews was to deport them to concentration camps, imprisonment for the persecuted, to do labor, or wait for execution. Just like in the ghettos, one of the many ways for a Jew to survive in the camps was to show their talent of music to prove themselves very useful. Music was present even from the first camps, built in 1933, as the camp guards ordered the prisoners to sing while marching or during executions, but also to humiliate and discipline the prisoners. Eberhard Schwimmt, one of the prisoners in the camps of Sachsenhausen, recalled that those who didn't know the song were beaten, those who sang too softly were beaten, those who sang too loudly were beaten. However, as time went on, prisoners started to compose their own music as survival technique and resistance, even using the bonus system, the Promagene system, as keeping their identity and past to counteract the camp's intention to destroy the prisoners' wellness. This connects to what John Massari, a composer of music banned by the Third Reich, said in our set email of correspondences. It is the way of understanding the best in humanity. Music is invisible and it can influence behavior. It is therefore both dangerous and glorious. When it is glorious, it brings joy and comfort. An example of one exploring the Promethean system to encounter other musicians and exchange talent for survival is Alma Rose. Even from her birth, on 3rd of November 1906, Alma Rose always had a musical background that eventually helped her save many people in the camps. Arnold Rosenblum, her father, was the concertmaster of the Vienna Philharmonic and founder of the prestigious Rose Quartet, while Justine Mahler, her mother, had a brother who was a Jewish composer, Gustav Mahler. When she was touring Europe, she was arrested in France and sent to Drancy internment camp for many months. In July 1943, she was deported to Auschwitz, where her talent as a virtuoso was discovered, and she was then sent to Birkenau. In August 1943, she was made the conductor of the Girls' Orchestra of Auschwitz and a protégée of the SS Guard, Maria Mandel. The orchestra was to play for the prisoners when they went and came back from work, as well as entertaining the SS Guards. Under Rose's command, the orchestra improved, as Rose's ambition was to compose the best music in camps. The women in the orchestra exchanged their hard work and dedication for survival. In fact, every single person under her command survived to liberation. They had special privileges, such as having their own bed and going to showers daily, which was a privilege that was denied by many people in the camps. Rose's goal was not only to make the best music in the camp, but also to save many people as possible by putting them in her orchestra. Without the women's encounter with Rose, their talents would have been ignored, and they'd be labeled as useless, which automatically meant an early death. In fact, Anita Laskin-Walthus, a member of Rose's orchestra, states,
"His strong personality. She commanded respect from us anyway. I mean, we were scared stiff of her, but even from the SS. She was never, she was dignity in personified.
It was Rose who exchanged and shared her talent and dedication to others in return for everybody's survival. However, the musicians didn't always receive special treatment, as they often watched helplessly as their loved ones and friends went to their death. Fania Filon, a member of the Women's Orchestra in Auschwitz, described her time as a member of the orchestra from January 1944 to her liberation in the book Playing for Time. Fania states in her memoir that she had clean clothes and actual showers, but she was ordered to play gay light music and marching music for hours on end, while our eyes witnessed the marching of thousands of people to the gas chambers and ovens. Many musicians killed themselves because of these reasons. It was reported in the book Music in the Holocaust by Cheryl Goldberg that the suicide rate amongst the musicians in the camps were the highest. While many musicians were exploring their options of survival by playing music, they had the price to pay of staying helpless to their other prisoners. For many, music is only viewed as entertainment, but during the Holocaust, music was key to survival and a doorway to gaining hope, which is how music has been used throughout history. As of in the 17th and 18th centuries of America, many enslaved Africans often sang songs to get through the harsh conditions of being owned by someone of the white race. They sang work songs to organize group efforts and assuage the burden of their labor, songs about religion to connect with their deities, and songs about being free for hope. This is exactly what the Holocaust prisoners did as they explored different ways to survive mentally, which resulted in exchanging music from the past, or composing their own to forget their situation, along with many encounters of new genres and musicians. This exchange is also seen in modern times. For instance, during the Paris attacks on November 13, 2015, the football fans sang France's national anthem, La Maréchale, in the Stade de France after the bombs were placed outside the stadium. Even though 3 people had died in the bombs and fear was surrounding, the fans gained hope by singing. This correlates to what the Holocaust victims did. They sang in exchange to gain survival and hope. Singing is what kept them alive, just how singing kept the football fans from plunging into chaos of fear. This shows that from every single era of history, from the Holocaust or before, or to modern times, music has been used as an exchange for hope during the hard times while encountering others for comfort and exploring new ways of consolation.